So I'm just cruising, man, and I see this little video, man, of David Allen Grier, and this is one of those comedians that if you're not familiar with him, you're in for a treat. But if you are familiar with him, you know he's hilarious. David Allen Grier is really like, I truly believe he's a Dave Chappelle tier comedian. He's just so far in his own lane, though, you wouldn't even understand unless you took comedy serious like that. He's always one of those guys that gives me just a wondrous laugh, like just a whole belly full of chuckles. Just even think about that dude, just like how your facial expressions, how he be dropping like the comedy on you, like his rhythm. You know what I'm saying? How he like, yeah, he's just I don't know, man. This whole wordplay, like whatever, man, whatever it takes to be funny. David Allen Grier is just like not afraid to be silly, like over the top, but still like in a lane to where you're relatable. Like he's a genius, man. So we got this short little clip. This ain't too long. How to tell black people apart, and if you're black, you already know that sometimes that's a problem for folk. I ain't saying what I mean. Sometimes it's a problem. I've been called Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie Irving, Bobby Seals. Amongst others, man. In my younger days, Denzel, you know what I mean? I ain't making this up. It just is what it is. So I'm interested to see the angle David Allen Grier does with this, especially on Jimmy Kimmel, kind of a mainstream show. So let's check it out, man. Without further ado.
You know, there are a few people who've appeared on our show more than our friend David Allen Grier. David has a new show called Bad Teacher that premieres Thursday night on CBS, so things are going very well for him. But he's also got a passion project that he asked me to plug. It's a book. I think it's a great idea. In fact, we made a quick video with him to promote it. It's an educational book, and while we're typically not the kind of show that cares to educate, I think there's a lot that we can learn from this, so pay attention to this one.
Did you get a lot of reaction to that Super Bowl commercial?
What Super Bowl commercial?
Oh, you know what? My mistake.
See what? See, you're as crazy as the people on Twitter.
Right.
I'm not Lawrence Fishburne.
Well, now, wasn't that an awkward moment? Hi, I'm David Allen Grier. If you're like most white people, you love great black actors like Michael Clark Duncan, Octavia Spencer, and Chris Rock. I know it's so hard to tell us apart. Fortunately, now there is help in my new book, How to Tell Black People Apart. In How to Tell Black People Apart, I start with the basics. The difference between 50 Cent and Mike Tyson. Pretty soon you'll be on your way to knowing Rihanna from Ashanti, Kerry Washington from Zoe Saldana, and Whoopi Goldberg from Lil Wayne. I make telling us apart easy with this simple acronym, PAPLIFWICLA. It stands for pay.
See, this is what I mean, man, David. This was perfect, because this is exactly what he do, man. Like, what the hell? Like, he really pronounced that.
Attention to what we look like, mother. Look closely, and you'll see the subtle differences between John Legend and Pharrell, Kanye West and Puff Daddy. Wait, Puff Daddy and Kanye West. I was testing you. How to Tell Black People Apart will help you discriminate without discriminating. Won't you join me on this voyage of discovery? I'm Barack Obama.
Available at Walgreens.
Yeah, man, genius, bro. And you see what I mean? He's just like, he's so good at just subtly hitting the point. You know what I mean? And then, of course, he with the little switcheroo right there. I mean, Puff Daddy and who was the other one? I can't remember who the other one was. Oh, Kanye West. Between Puff Daddy and Kanye West, man. He said, I was testing you. You know what I mean? David Allen Grier, man, is a jewel amongst comedians. It's a shame that he doesn't get more work than he does. I don't know why that is. I feel like he's gold, but y'all know how that goes right now, man. If it's hot or like it has any substance to it or any type of like thing we as an audience might have interest in, Hollywood goes the other way. So, you know what I mean? So take that for what it is. That seems to be the trend all through entertainment right now. So who knows what's going on with that? But yeah, seems like we got out of one pandemic into a whole nother pandemic, and that was with entertainment. So it's a shame, but I'm glad that we can still have little treats of joy like this one here, and just have a little bit of fun, man. Because again, I think it's hilarious. I got a friend, I won't say his name, but he always growing up, man, and I live around in like the country, man. So you can only imagine like what I've heard on a serious tone and a quote unquote joking tone. But he's always every brother I see out in public, man, you're like, hey, you know him? You know him? Hey, you know him? And no, I don't know every brother I come into contact with, man. But I always, it's just hey, whether I don't know how he ever meant it. I love this dude, like as far as just as a friend, man. I don't ever think he meant any harm, but just my energy in itself, man. Just I saw the humor in it regardless. So, it's just a funny aspect of life. Again, this is the angle that I've viewed it from, the people I've met, and just the stereotypes that come to the mainstream and how they relate to us on a more personal street level. Yeah, dog. It's entertaining to talk about, if not anything else, right? It's entertaining to have a conversation about, if not anything else. And I think it's a healthy conversation because it keeps the security in everyone. And, as we try to expose insecurities, we honestly become more secure on ourselves. So it's a catch-22, but, you got to have the skin to kind of learn those lessons, man. You got to have some tough skin to kind of learn those lessons. And, yeah. I think I'm going to leave it there, David Allen Grier. Thank you, Jimmy Kimmel, man. I haven't checked those guys out on Jimmy Kimmel Live in a while. I don't know how old this is. This is probably got some age on it. This was 8 years ago. So, yeah, I just saw this kind of just scrolling. I wanted to do a quick little vid on it. And we're going to bring David Allen Grier back up. I see him in the score right here. So we're definitely going to have to go and check out some David Allen Grier, man. He's hilarious. And, again, if you're not familiar with him, go check him out, man. He's a treat. But until next time, this is D's World. You are watching Withdrawn UP. And, yeah, keep God close. This is your host, Drone.
Yo, you check this out? Pile up. To reach that strand, power. Can't be a coward, bruh. So by the hour, bruh, shit is shattered,